How do you even begin to navigate the constantly shifting sands of the crypto market? It feels like one day everything's up, the next,
Well,
it's a totally different picture.
it really is. Cutting through all that noise, finding the signals that actually matter, that's the challenge.
Exactly, and that's what we're doing today on the deep dive. We've got a fresh analysis from Vantage Plus, just out today, August 4th, 2025.
Right. And the mission today is pretty clear. Distill that analysis, look at the current trends, the key technicals.
And basically help you understand where things stand and what levels you really need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, this Vantage Plus piece, it points to um, pressure from U.S. equities pushing crypto down. But it's not all gloom.
No. Any bright spots?
Well, potential ones. And certainly critical levels for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana that we need to unpack.
Okay, let's start with that broader market view. Vantage Plus calls it the ripple effect. They kick off talking about U.S. equities correcting since last Thursday.
That's right. And it's sort of counterintuitive because it was driven by good economic news.
Good news causing a downturn. How does that work?
Well, strong data means a stronger dollar, usually. And it signals the Fed might not be cutting rates anytime soon.
Okay. So less cheap money maybe, and that makes investors a bit more cautious.
Exactly. A shift in risk sentiment. And that sentiment doesn't stay confined to traditional markets anymore.
Right. That idea of crypto being totally separate feels pretty outdated now.
Completely. The spillover is direct. When risk appetite drops in equities, you see it hit crypto pretty fast, especially with more institutional money involved now.
So that explains the current negative push, but Vantage Plus also says the general crypto trend is still positive. That sounds a bit contradictory.
It does, but you have to look at different time frames, short-term pressure versus the longer-term outlook, which is still driven by adoption, innovation,
Okay, so a temporary dip within a larger upward path.
potentially. And interestingly, the report notes a lean towards positive momentum for altcoins once this dip settles. Like maybe people are waiting to buy into alt specifically.
A potential altcoin season brewing after this clears. But there's a big if tied to Bitcoin, isn't there? A specific level.
A huge one, USD 105,000. That's the Tripwire Vantage Plus highlights.
And if Bitcoin breaks below 105K?
Then the whole mood could turn much more bearish very quickly. It wouldn't just be Bitcoin. It would likely drag everything else down significantly. It's a major psychological and technical support.
Okay, that's a critical warning. Let's get into the technicals for the big players, starting with Bitcoin itself. Where's it trading now?
Around USD 113,556 currently, and the slide below 116K recently. That's seen as a bit of a warning sign. More downside momentum could be coming.
But you mentioned stabilization. Is there a potential floor forming?
Well, it has sort of paused around its 50 moving average, which is near USD 112,757. Holding above that average is often seen as short-term strength.
So stabilizing there could mean a bounce this week.
It could. If buyers dip in at this level, it might provide a base for a move back up.
And if it does bounce and breaks past that recent resistance, say around 116K, new highs possible.
That would be the bullish case, yes. A break above old highs could definitely fuel a retest of the all-time high. Needs a sentiment shift, though.
Right, because the report links Bitcoin's near-term fate quite closely to the Nasdaq, doesn't it?
It does, and that's crucial. With the Nasdaq showing negative momentum, the analysis suggests a lower move for Bitcoin seems pretty likely.
Because they're both seen as risk-on or growth assets.
Exactly. The correlation is strong. Money flows out of tech. It often flows out of crypto, too, especially Bitcoin. It's a macro story playing out.
Got it. Okay, let's shift to Ethereum. ETH, currently trading where?
ETH is at USD 3,441. It tested 4,000 recently, but now it definitely appears to be in correction mode, digesting those gains.
So pulling back, what's the potential downside target?
The sideways action could push it towards the USD 3,000 level. That's a really key psychological and technical zone to watch.
And if 3,000 doesn't hold for Ethereum?
Then you'd be looking at a more serious slide. The next major support would likely be its 50 moving average, down around USD 2,688. Breaking 3K would be a significant bearish signal.
All right. Now, XRP. The report says it's still in a strong uptrend, despite the market correction. How's that working?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. XRP is at USD 2.8360. And that strong uptrend is mainly thanks to that big surge last month, past USD 3.60.
So it built up enough momentum to kind of ride out this current dip better than others?
It seems so. That prior move was quite decisive. But the correction is ongoing for XRP too, and the report suggests it could intensify, maybe push down towards this rising trend line.
A test of the underlying trend. What's the absolute breakdown level for XRP, the point where that uptrend is considered broken?
Vantage Plus flags USD 2.400. A break below that, and it likely signals a return to a bear market for XRP. That's the line in the sand.
And the upside, if it somehow bucks the trend and breaks its all-time high.
Then the analysis suggests a quick move towards USD 4.0000 could be on the cards. That would be a powerful statement.
Okay, finally, Solana. SOL. It had a great run, but now the report says its uptrend is paused, entering a bigger correction. What kicked that off?
SOL is trading at USD 160.22, and yeah, definitely correcting. The trigger highlighted was a strong bearish pin bar candle on the chart back in July.
A pin bar. Remind us what that signals.
It's basically a strong rejection of higher prices. Buyers tried, but sellers pushed it right back down. A sign of exhaustion at the top often triggers a reversal or correction like this.
And where has SOL found support for now?
Right at its 50 moving average, actually. Similar to Bitcoin, stopping there could mean fresh upside momentum is possible, a potential bounce point.
But if it breaks that 50 moving average,
Then the next likely target lower, according to the analysis, would be around the USD 120.00 level. That's the next key support area to watch if the current level fails.
so connecting all these dots, what this deep dive really shows is, well, a crypto market at a pivotal point, wouldn't you say?
Definitely at a crossroads. Heavily influenced by traditional finance right now. And these technical levels we've discussed are absolutely critical for the near-term direction.
It highlights how important it is for you, the listener, to look beyond just crypto charts and consider the wider economic picture.
Absolutely. And given these immediate pressures from equities, these specific price thresholds,
Mhm.
it really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Wonder what?
Just how this evolving macroeconomic landscape, interest rates, economic strengths, how it will continue to reshape crypto, maybe even redefine what drives the next big cycle, is certainly never boring.